When you shop for fall decor, do you ever feel a little underwhelmed by the options, like in places like Target, Home Goods, and really any decor store? I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes in a casual stroll down the Target decor aisle this time of year, I find myself thinking, what in the live, laugh, love sign is happening in here? You know? The stuff is cute and cozy for sure, but if you're anything like me, you find yourself yearning for something cooler. Cozy and cute, but also cool. Something a little less generic. So in this video, I'm going to give you some fall decor ideas that are a bit more on the moody, witchy, boho side. Not that there's anything wrong with the more generic fall aesthetic. I'm totally here for that too. But this is for you if you find yourself yearning for fall decor that's cute and cozy, but also cool. That has a little bit more of an edge. Oh, baby kitty, hi. And if you're new here, my name is Steffi and this is Hilo. And on this channel, I talk about small apartment styling tips, cozy living, and the joys of living alone. So if you're into that, consider subscribing and giving this video a like. So here's my overall vision for this fall decor look that I have in my head. The color palette is warm and dark, various deep tones with pops of warm brown, burnt orange, marigold, maybe a few crimson moments. Really the typical fall color palette that we all think of. And the styling is dark, moody, witchy, maybe a little bit of earthy hippie vibes too. Actually, not too much of a departure from a few of the videos I've been making lately, like my dark cottagecore, dark academia, and practical magic decor videos. So if you liked those, these decor ideas will be pretty complimentary, but with an emphasis on cozy fall vibes. Warm, comfy, a little spooky, the kind of decor you want to be surrounded by when you're curled up on your couch on a rainy fall day. And like me, you have a darkness that dwells within you that you must express through your styling. And since this is seasonal decor we're talking about, it really all comes down to the accessories. Not so much big pieces of furniture that are basically permanent. These are the things you can easily switch out when spring rears her pretty head. And if your style leans more towards the gothic, witchy vibe anyway, and it's not dependent on the seasons, then these decor ideas will just seem like an average Tuesday to you. Either way, these are things that you could feasibly leave up all year round. So with that in mind, let's dive into these decor ideas. So let's start with the little touches, the little decorative details that'll inject these moody fall feels into your space. And you'll notice with these pieces that I'm going for a bit of a darker, more mysterious take on fall-themed imagery, as opposed to the more cheerful farmhouse vibes we see on so many store shelves. These decor pieces, to me, evoke the more shadowy side of fall, the dark, stormy nights, the decay of fallen leaves, the spooky lore around this season, all while still being cozy and cheerful in their own way. I tend to be drawn to the kind of beauty that has a bit of a duality to it, you know, like contradictory things about it that your eye lingers on because it's trying to make sense of what it's seeing. That kind of beauty is visually stimulating because it isn't straightforward. So for example, you have this dried floral wreath, which is delicate and pretty, yet somewhat eerie. almost like those creepy hanging wood things from the Blair Witch Project, only with pretty flowers. This is the kind of duality I'm talking about. Two opposite things coming together to tell an interesting visual story. And I also like decor that kind of subverts the norm, like this wreath, which looks like it would be welcoming guests into a witch's cottage rather than a suburban porch. Or this marbled black pumpkin, which takes the classic fall item and twists it a little bit by giving off a dark, almost haunted look. Same thing with this black floral piece. It looks cursed, but it's beautiful. And something like this can be warmed up with more colorful dried floral arrangements like this. This look really is all about the dance between the dark and the cozy. And this look is also an opportunity to incorporate some fun candles like these. They look like magical potion ingredients encased in wax. I almost wonder what kinds of spells would be released when you burn to the bottoms of these candles. And then you also can't go wrong with little glass cloches like these, which give off the old apothecary vibe I personally love so much. You can put anything from dried florals to fairy lights in these, which would definitely add some fall magic into your space. Ultimately, these little touches will definitely evoke those cozy fall vibes that we want, just with a little bit more of a cool factor. Now let's talk about wall art you can incorporate for this look. You'll see that with these pieces, I'm definitely leaning into the witchy imagery as well as the typical fall color palette, largely through florals. And with these pieces, there's just something so beautiful about the juxtaposition of autumn blooms against the darker backgrounds with the pops of burnt oranges and deep reds. You can also see some cottagecore influences in here, some dark academia. Both are very well suited for fall. And then of course there are a couple depictions of witches here, since witches are of course very emblematic of fall in so many ways. And I was drawn to this piece in particular, which is giving dark romance with a dash of eerie solitude. She looks like she just stepped out of a gothic novel and is walking resolutely to the unknown. On the other hand, you have a more playful and whimsical depiction of this witch surrounded by flowers in a bathtub with her cat. I mean, what more is there to say here? It speaks for itself. It's charming and playful, but still gives off the air of dark mystery we're going for with this look. And then, of course, what would a video about moody, witchy fall decor be without a practical magic reference? I love this small nod to the film, which is the ultimate cozy fall movie for many of us. And you can't deny the beauty of the message that there's a little witch in all of us. All of these pieces of wall art would definitely add some moody autumnal magic to your space through their subject matter and also simply through their color palette. Now let's cozy up with the soft things, your decorative pillows and blankets. And this is where this sort of edgier look gets fun because of the inherent irony here, seeking an edge in soft things. And you'll see that any edginess here is pretty subtle. Dark colors, mystical images, even some little skulls in this pillow. I love a piece of decor that looks like one thing from far away, but when you get close, you realize it's something you weren't expecting. This pillow from far away looks like your average black and white floral pillow, but upon further inspection, what you thought were flowers were actually little skull guys. That's a fun visual trick and treat. And you can also see that I really went for the celestial pieces here, like this moon tarot card pillow, which happens to have a really pretty autumnal pop of orange. And it's kind of an interesting statement to have the moon tarot card on display as a piece of decor, because it symbolizes illusion, deception, and fear, among other things. I'm gonna resist the urge to go into a full-blown academic dissertation on the symbolism of this and how it could be interpreted in a decor context, because trust me, I could go off, but I'll leave that to you for now. Right, Kilo? Then continuing with the moon imagery, we have a couple more moon pieces set against, you guessed it, more fall-colored florals. I can't help myself. How pretty are these colors though, especially in this throw? I also just like the idea of pairing the celestial with the earthy, the moon with the flowers. Then with this throw, it's more of a groovy autumnal take on this look with its hippie 70s vibes. And it actually personally reminds me of one of my favorite cozy games, Witchwood, the aesthetic of which is very fall. I couldn't help but make that visual connection with this. And this pillow is really just more of a simple option, a more subtle fall decor addition. Not everything has to be a big visual statement. And I love this because of its pretty beading and texture, while still fitting in well with a fall color palette. It has an earthy look that would complement this style nicely. All in all, these pillows and blankets might be soft, but they're also a little edgy. They may be cozy and warm, but they're also cool. That's the visual complexity we're going for with this look. Finally, the best way to create a moody, cozy atmosphere for fall is through your lighting. Once again, we have a couple moon motifs with these two pieces. One thing I like about both of these is they each let out light in an almost secretive way. This one through small cutouts and this one through stained glass. They both restrain the light in interesting ways, and it's that restraint that would cast a soft, gentle glow in your space. And then this lamp plays with light and shadow in such a magical way, casting these cute little mushrooms. Imagine cozying up on your couch with a good book and having these pretty little shapes keeping you company. It's peak coziness. And then of course we have a couple gothic-oriented lamps with these two. These are perfect for adding that moody edge we've been talking about, as well as some dark romance that can work all year round. And then for a bit more of a whimsical touch, we have this black leaf string light piece, which I'll admit is maybe bordering on Halloween decor vibes. But I think it walks the line pretty nicely. I think it could look really pretty as an alternative to your basic fairy lights. And I think with the right styling, it could be elevated to a place where it looks really chic. Overall, when it comes to your lighting with this look, you want to go for pieces that, of course, cast a cozy glow, but you also want to look for pieces that evoke this sort of air of mystery that we're going for with this look. Basically, if you look at a lamp in the store and it looks like something either out of a fairy tale or a gothic novel, these are the feelings we're trying to tap into with the lighting. And that's really the spirit of this style as a whole. It's all about embracing the darker, kind of moodier things while still maintaining a certain level of cozy, while actively avoiding the more basic live, laugh, love adjacent decor pieces. I think you know what I mean. It's like basically the decor equivalent of this image. Again, nothing wrong with it. It's absolutely lovely, but some of us want something a little, darker. Some of us are just in a mood. So those were my fall decor recommendations for anyone like me who gets a little bored by the fall decor that's out there, and maybe you want something a little more interesting and frankly cool. And of course, I know coolness is in the eye of the beholder, but this was my version of cool, I guess. Let me know in the comments below, how are you decorating for fall? Describe it in the comments. And if you want more decor inspiration that's in line with these dark, moody vibes, I've been making a lot of videos about dark, moody decor. So really just check out this playlist. It's filled with dark decor vibes. You can basically just binge this and walk away with tons of dark, moody decor inspiration.